Morning, guys. How you doing? My name's Guy Draper. Welcome, Simon, to the information. Just maybe you could go in the chat room there. Just let me know that you can hear me okay. I did mute out your mics. All right. Hi, Simon. How you doing? Good morning. Just so we're, excuse me, just so we're not strangers, Simon, I'll just kind of give you a little bit of information about myself. I was a sergeant for the Vancouver Police for 31 years. I retired 6 years ago. And I got my pension, but I kind of felt I was going to be living paycheck to paycheck on that pension. So at the age of 52, after 31 years of policing, I started when I was 20 something. You know, I was grateful that I worked hard for 31 years and got a pension, but I was still wanted to do something else. I actually was going to go into selling cars. Good friends of mine sell cars. A bunch of my other friends are real estate agents because my wife was a real estate agent. And I got my real estate license and I was going to sell houses. And the reason why I'm telling you all this is I'm entrepreneurial. I was looking to make more money. I didn't know anything about business. I kind of even looked at the Tim Hortons franchise, but they wanted 500,000. I didn't quite have enough. And so I just started reading books about money and different things. And a friend of a friend introduced me to a very wealthy person. His name is Simon Aboud. He's the #1 net guy in Canada that's made more money than anybody in any company in the entire country of Canada. And he is actually the #1 top producer in ACN. And ACN stands for All Communications Network. And I'm just going to share the information that I saw 6 years ago. I made a decision to start. I'm just going to give you the information and we'll see if there's a fit. If you're in any kind of a sale, you'll understand this immediately in 5 minutes. It's just, I didn't understand a lot of it because I'm a policeman, you know, I chase bad guys and put them in jail. So thanks for taking the time. I won't bore you with all the other details of my life, but financially, I've retired my wife from real estate. I'm certainly not a realtor anymore. I sucked at selling whatever. So, because I got my license as well too, and I didn't do very well selling. So I'm going to show you a system, and it's like a franchise, like the McDonald's franchise, Best Buy, Burger King. It's a franchise system that you will get within 5 minutes of me explaining this, okay? So the little history of the company, this is the head office in Charlotte, North Carolina, and this is not something that I started or started yesterday. This started in 1993 when they deregulated the telecom industry. ACN was one of 500 long distance companies in the United States that resold long distance to consumers because we were able to pick whatever long distance company we did. Now, we're really kind of going backwards because in Canada, we got monopolies. We got basically TELUS and Shaw for internet. We really don't have an alternative until now. Okay, I'll explain to you. There's a third big company that's selling internet in Canada, and probably until today, you probably didn't know that, and I'm going to explain that to you, okay? Now, the company doesn't do long distance anymore. It does a whole array of services, but now is a marketing company marketing with 85 different companies in 25 countries. I just got back from Japan because in the history of that country, they just deregulated gas, electricity, and telecommunications, and ACN went there to provide those services. So I'm now making money out of Japan while I'm here in Canada, and I'll explain to you how I did that. Now, this company makes almost $1 billion in revenue. We'll hit that this year because we just opened up Mexico as well, too, with our cell phone division. But we've acquired millions of billions of customers through word of mouth marketing. And in the car business, that's huge. That's I know the car industry does a lot of advertising, but you and I both know that a lot of cars through friends' recommendations, and that's direct selling, word of mouth, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it's relationship marketing. Well, that's what we've been doing for 25 years. We have a head office in Montreal, a head office in Poland, one in Korea, one in Japan, and one in Australia. So we have a big system, okay? Now we're the world's largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, banking, and other essential services, and accredited by the Better Business Bureau. But what does that really mean? Well, what's a big company online that sells products? Amazon.com. What's a big company online that has no competition that sells essential services, acn.com. You see, we're following a system that allows people, consumers all over the world in 25 countries, to choose where they want to get their essential service from. Very, very soon, Flash Wireless is going to be in Canada, and you're going to be able to pick a different cell phone carrier, but it's going to be on the network that's already in place, that's been built for the last 25, 30 years, whether it be Bell Network, Rogers Network, or TELUS Network. You see, what ACN is doing is this. They're providing essential service at wholesale pricing with these companies because we don't have to spend any money advertising. So there's no risk to Dish Network, DirecTV, and Flash Wireless in the United States, because you're looking at the United States side of it here right now, is we use Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, and AT&T's network. We work with those companies, we use their system, and we can actually sell our cell phone service cheaper because we don't do what they do. We do word of mouth, we don't advertise. You're never going to hear about ACN, Flash, or anything of the services that we personally offer anywhere until somebody actually explains it to you. But if I could show you a way where you could get your cell phone for free, your energy for free, gas, electricity, or power, get your home phone and internet for free, and I'm saying free for the rest of your life,
Home automation, TV, digital phone, and credit card payment processing. I want you to think about your dealership. Does anybody in that dealership use a plastic card to pay for something, debit or credit card? Did you know that you could actually go to your dealership, if you're the sales manager or whoever makes the decision, you can actually guarantee a cheaper rate for the merchant services for that machine in your dealership? You can. It's guaranteed in writing that if we can't meet or beat your rate, we will give that dealership a $100 Visa gift card to waste their time for a free, no obligation quote. I tell every business owner that has one of those machines, I said, wouldn't it be nice to know that you have the best rate possible every time a card slides through that machine? So I say, look, I can give you a free, no obligation quote. If I can't meet or beat your rate, we'll give you a $100 Visa gift card just to waste your time on a phone call telling you that we can actually beat your rate. I've saved thousands of businesses money on their rate for their credit card machine. Now, on top of that, we don't just stay in the United States. We're in Canada. We're in these 25 countries all over the world. Wouldn't it be nice to have an online business where you could start creating income and commission and residual income for multiple countries all over the world, part-time, working from home on a laptop? That's where the world is going. You see, nothing wrong with the car business, but you only get paid time for money. If you've ever read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad or Cash Flow Quadrant, I mean, why are some people wealthy and some people aren't? Well, the guy who owns the dealership, Jimmy Pattison, he ain't out selling cars. He's sitting on his yacht because he has people at work, and every time a car is sold, he gets a percentage of that. You and I, the employee, when we go to work, it's time for money. Now, we can make money selling things because we get a commission. So you can sell a lot of cars in a day, you can get a good commission. But when that dealership closes, can you still sell a car? When the person that buys the car, if they put gas in the car, wouldn't it be nice to get paid every time somebody drove a car and put gas in the car, and every single month you got a paycheck? Well, that's what we do. Now in Canada, we use TELUS and Shaw's network for phone and internet. So listen to this. This is funny. I was paying $90 for home phone and internet through TELUS, basically retail. When I went and joined ACN and became my own customer for phone and internet, I stayed on the TELUS network. ACN sent me a new modem via TELUS. The TELUS truck came to my house, switched my internet. I stayed on the TELUS network, but now I'm paying $60. So I saved $30 a month for phone and internet because $30 of my bill goes to TELUS's advertising budget anyways. So I told everybody I knew, I said, if I could save you some money on your phone and internet, would you like to try a new service? It's still TELUS and Shaw. It's DSL or cable on their network. The quality is the same. Nothing changes. The bill just comes from ACN, and it's cheaper because we don't advertise. Because all of these companies are embedding 25 to 30%
in your billing platform to pay for their TV, radio, and newsprint. Now, here's the good part. Down in the right-hand corner, it says Strive for 5. If you refer 5 customers, phone and internet, then your bill is free for life. I do not pay for phone internet. So think about how much you're paying for internet.
Just internet alone in your house every month. For the rest of your life, how'd you like that for free? Add up that money. Is that a good savings? You bet. How about energy? I've referred 10 friends in Alberta and Ontario to a better deal for gas and electricity. Now, you tell me if this was in British Columbia right now, you tell me this is a good deal. Never pay more than $100 a month for gas or electricity for the next 12 months. I don't care what period we are. For the next 12 months, Zoom Energy just launched this in Alberta and Ontario, that your gas and electricity bill will never be more than $100 for the next 12 months. That's it. It's a 12-month contract, so it's $1,200 for the next year for your gas and electricity. So you know how many customers that we've referred to Zoom Energy where we get a commission now? If you referred 10 of those, your electricity and gas bill here in BC would be free. So you can get customers anywhere you want and get your services for free. Now, we also do security and automation through Vivint. Does the dealership have an alarm company? Does any business in North America that has a brick and mortar store have an alarm system? Most of them do. We offer that service. Vivint is an amazing home automation service. And then we have the credit card processing with Innovia Payments. So we have them. We don't have as many in Canada, but here's what's coming. Cell phones are coming, and gas and electricity are coming to British Columbia. It's going to be absolutely huge. Now, on top of that, every time a consumer takes on a service through your online store, we're going to give money to the Canadian and American food banks. We currently feed 1.5 million children every month, because since we started that program, that's how many customers we've acquired in the last couple of years. And all it is we're taking the advertising money that we would have spent and giving it to some celebrity huckster on TV or a flyer or newsprint. We're giving it to feed children. So when I switched my home phone internet, I now feed 2 children right here in British Columbia, because there's 17 million children in North America that go to school tomorrow with no food. So I want you to understand the system. And some people, this is the part I didn't get. Maybe you do, because you're in business and you're a sales manager, but I didn't get this. All these service providers, even car dealerships, they spend a lot of money advertising. Does that really get them customers? That's just something you have to answer that. I know it's branding, right? Maple Ridge, Chrysler, they're all over the place, right? But does that really make a human go in and buy a car? Well, same thing with TELUS. The future is friendly, right? Well, they're starting to realize, the essential service industry, that the advertising is not as effective with the introduction of the internet and basically Google and people going online and social media. So they're looking for alternative ways to get into a customer's home without telemarketing, door knocking, chasing, or bugging anybody, and get them on the service. Well, here comes direct selling. Been around for 100 years. Best form of advertising in the world. Hi, Mom, it's your son. This is the exact conversation I had with, hi, Mom, this is your son. Hey, Mom, I retired from the police department. I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. I started a business. Would you do me a favor and support me and try one of my services? Let me come over and show you what I have. She switched her home phone, her internet, her TV, her gas, and her cell phone. Why? She would rather support somebody she knows than sending that 10% off to, Wall Street, basically, and off to the corporate America. Because through our relationship, we can gather customers, but you have to be licensed, and you need a system that allows you to refer that customer to that company. So we have an online business platform, a web portal that allows you, for a one-time fee of $500, to start making money on essential services if you want to. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just showing you the system. So you become an independent business owner. You're not working for Joe. You're not working for me. You become Jimmy Pattison. You become the guy, and you can refer as many like. So it'll be simon.acndirect.com. And at the end of the presentation, I'll send you the online store, and you can look at Joe's. And ACN, all they simply want us to do
is refer customers. Okay, so when I referred my mom, phone, TV, internet, gas, electricity, I'm now earning up to 10% of her bill every month. Now, I switched her services 6 years ago. I've been paid every month for 6 years, 10% of her bill. Okay, and there's some bonuses for the acquisition of that customer initially. I'll talk about that in a minute. But let me explain to you the power of residual income. I have a gentleman in Edmonton that has referred 200 of those energy customers because they deregulated recently, and he's been out there just hammering and just getting customers like crazy because so many people love that energy of $100 a month for gas and electricity. If we had that in British Columbia, I'd be out talking to everybody right now because that's an amazing deal. Now, having said that, he has referred 200 customers at $100 a month. That's 20 grand. He's done that 4 years ago. So he has 200 customers, 20 grand a month. He gets 10%. So for the last 4 years, 2 grand, 2 grand, 2 grand, 2 grand, 2 grand every month. If he does not do anything this month, he makes 2 grand. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, right? Right? A little bit. It fluctuates a little bit based on people's usage. But understand, residual income is powerful. How much money do you need sitting in the bank right now to create a $2,000 check every month? Okay? You need like $1 million sitting there just to make $1,000 a month. So the power of residual income is when you stop working and you still get paid because you built a business. Now, I'm not good at selling. I explained to you, I got my real estate license. I sold 2 houses. One was my own, and it took me 2 years to do that. I'm not good at selling. I'm not good. I mean, you guys are sales guys. Both you guys are. I'm not. So what I did is I followed ACN's system. If I would rather I'd rather own the McDonald's restaurant, the corporation. I wouldn't want to own one restaurant. I would want to have 1% of 33,000 restaurants where I get 1% of every hamburger that's sold because that's a system. That's a franchise. Or would you rather have 100% of one restaurant where you got to be there 24/7 to operate it? See, I don't want that either. I don't want all the overhead. I don't want the headaches. I don't want the adult daycare. I want a system which enter people where I can earn up to 8% of my team's customers because I'm helping them understand the system, and we're opening online stores in 25 countries, and everybody's working part-time from home. And when you start making more money part-time than you do full-time, you got a positive problem, and that's where I'm helping most people go to. Because here's the system. If you find somebody that wants to do this, when they gather a customer, they are the 1 to 10%. Now, to get the 10%, you need 15 to 20 services. I have 32 services. You only need 15 to 20 services, and you hit the max 10%. Now, you can get 40, 50, 100, 200. You can go get as many customers as you like, but again, I'm not that good at getting customers. I have 9 customers, and they're using 32 services. Here are my 9 customers: me, my mom, my mechanic, my dry cleaner, my insurance agent, and 4 of my buddies, okay, who just wanted to save money on their bills. Customers do not spend $500 to become a customer. It doesn't cost nothing to switch your service. They just save money. You earn a percentage of their bill every month. Now you go find 2 people, Tom and Bob. Let's say you do that, and they go get some customers. You get a quarter of 1% because they're on your first level. Here comes multi-level marketing, which some people get all freaked out over. This is just like the franchise, the Walmart, the Best Buy, the Burger King, the Brown Social. Everybody is franchising. Why? Because everybody's creating a distribution, many locations, because there's only 24 hours in the day. But if you have 100 people that all are part of your distribution, they could all go get a customer today. Well, 100 people working 8 hours a day, that could be 800 hours of productivity in the same 24 hours, right? So all you're doing is building. It's time to build a network, but through time, you tell me if this makes sense. If you started 2, now it's not a perfect world, but if you started 2, who started 2, there would be your numbers: 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. That's every one of those people invested $500, started a home-based business, great tax breaks, making money on their bills out of their own home, and telling people. If everybody only got 5 services, now I'm going to invert customers and services. You see, my mom is one customer of mine, but she has 5 services. So everybody that starts this business usually switch the services out of their own home, TV, phone, and whatever we possibly can change out of our house to make money of and off of, and pretty much everything is coming, just like the United States. You're going to make money on your own bills. Now, you tell me if that makes sense. A one-time $500 investment to earn 10% of your bills for the rest of your life. You're going to make way more than $500 if you just do that, right? And then have a home-based business. But let's just say you have a team of 254 people a year from now. And I have over 5,000 people, so don't tell me it doesn't work, because it does. You just got to work at this. But let's be 4 people, and all they do is they switch 5 services. Maybe those 5 services in their own home: phone, TV, internet, gas, electricity, cell phone. That's 6 services. It'd be easy to do that. Now, what if each one of those bills is $30? You would have 1,270 customers spending $30 times 5 services out of their home. So that's $150 out of their own home, which we know people spend about $500 out of their home for all these services. You would earn a $2,000 residual check. See, for me, that's an easier path for me, is because I can teach anybody how to switch a few services out of their house and then duplicate. And that's what I've done. But I've done it 5,000 times in 11 countries, because I now get paid on 25,000 customers' bills. I really do not even need to be doing this business anymore after only 5.5 years. I make 4 times my police pension every month, and my pension is $4,500, because I have built a business over the last 5.5 years where I've retired my wife. My mom's involved in the business now. My 2 sons are involved in the business. I make enough money where I don't have to work. I don't even have to do anything this month if I don't want to. But here's my point. My mentor, like Simon Abood, who got me started, he makes $100,000 a month doing this. He's made $23 million in 13 years of doing this. This is unlimited potential.
Now, if you want to make a lot of money like that every month, here's how I'm going to show you to do that. When you get started, everybody wants upfront money really fast. So when you get started, you cannot make any money until you refer some customers. The whole premise of what we do is not to recruit people. It's to teach people how to get a handful of customers. Some people will get 200 customers. Some will only get 3 or 4. Doesn't matter. Here's the system. If you go refer 5 services, you are qualified. Those 5 services, yes, can come from your own home. Now you're qualified, just like Joe's qualified right now, and he did that in 24 hours or so. Now you can duplicate that, find a couple people, help them get 5 services each. You become an executive team trainer. Now, those people who start people, your customer count is going to go to 40 customers to 600 customers and higher over time. We have a promotion right now that if you start in the month of November and you go out and get 5 services, you find 2 people in your first 30 days who want to start a business. And Joe and I are going to be helping you. You're going to earn a one-time check for $250. You're going to get those 15 services. If one of those services is a Vivint customer, another $250. They want your work ethic and they want you to get customers. So they're going to basically go get 15 services, customer. You'll get $750. You month team, $1,250, $1,000, because you have
two of them, me, two and taught those two to find two, you'd make $2,000 in your first month of business. And that's what we're working on with Joe and anybody else who starts the business. So as your team start to grow, there's more bonus, okay? Because you're getting better, right? You're getting more customers, you're training more people. So every time you start somebody who becomes an executive team trainer, you get a $250 bonus because you're coaching and mentoring and training people on how the system works, and they're getting customers. Then you get a $100 bonus for everybody that joins your team this week. So we get paid every Friday. Okay, so let's say you're an executive team leader and 10 people joined your team this week and they all got 5 services. Okay, that first of all, that would be 50 new bills you're making money on every month, but you'd also make $1,000 because you'd get $100 times 10. Now, when you're really good and your business starts to explode like mine did, you're going to become a team coordinator because your whole collective team has more than 600 customers. So it's really truly about coaching and mentoring and helping other people get customers, right? So if you got 60 people and they all got 10 customers, you could have 600 customers pretty quick, okay? I had over 150 people come into my organization in 1 month, and you get $300 times 150. So that's like $40,000 for 1 month, but you had to help those 150 people follow the system and refer 5 services. That's why we teach people switch your phone, internet, TV, gas, cell phone, whatever out of your own home, because it's really easy. And why wouldn't you want to make money off your own bills, especially if they're cheaper? So I've had months where I've had 200 people in my team, 150, 180. So there's a lot of money up front. And my partner, my mentor, Simon Aboot, he's not at my level. He's way higher than I am because he's a larger team. So he's a senior vice president. So if he has 1,000 people join his team this month, he would earn $470,000 this month if those 1,000 people refer 5 customers. So that'd be 5,000 new customers pushing their services through the ACN system. And if you think that's a lot of money, and it is, why is it paid? Where's the money coming from? TELUS spends, just TELUS alone, spends $1,000 a day in advertising. You go ahead and look at Google them. They're a Crown Corporation. They spend $400 million a year in their marketing budget for all their overhead, brick and mortar, employees, commercials, TV, radio, newsprint. It equates to $411 to acquire 1 new customer. So that $411 goes over to ACN when we refer them a customer through phone, internet, and very soon on their network with cell phones. So understand there's a lot of money for acquisition of customers and residual income, because let's face it, we are going to pay our cell phone bill
every month until we die. We're going to pay our internet bill. Home phone's kind of going away, but business phone is not. We can actually change all the phones in the dealership at 50% cheaper than TELUS and still stay on TELUS's network. Voice over IP is very, very affordable for businesses. Now, this is an opportunity to start, own, and operate your own business and get a piece of this industry. Now, I didn't understand the industry. I've educated myself over the last 6 years. I did not know that with all the distributors all over the world, $200 million is paid out every single day of the year. So somebody's getting paid that 10% to refer a customer to a service. Think about the bird dog fee that the real estate or realtors do. Like my wife was a realtor for 7 years. So she would always pay somebody a referral fee. Hey, refer me a client and they list and sell the house, I'll give you $200-300, right? So the referral industry is massive because it works. And it does work in the car industry. I just don't know if you guys pay referrals. Could you imagine if we could do that in ACN, where I could refer somebody to buying and selling a car and I would get a commission? Maybe that's possible. I don't know. So understand that you're in business for yourself here. I'm not telling you what to do. You make a decision. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to show you how to make a lot of money part-time around your busy schedule.
You just got to make a decision if this is the right business part-time. A lot of people do this because they're not happy with their job or they want a pension plan. Because let me ask you a question. If you do not go to work tomorrow, how many do? Maybe you don't. Most people don't make any money because they're exchanging time for money. And if they want to make $40,000 in a month,
how do they do that? You can't do that as an employee working for a company. They're not going to pay you that amount of money, right? Unless you're the CEO, okay? Information, I'm going to redirect this screen so you can look at the online store, look at the services, look at the products, look at where we go, the flags at the bottom of the online store show you the 25 countries that we operate in, because you can start making money in the UK like I do, and then they exchange it into Canadian money. Even American customers pay us like 125, so it's pretty good. So you're making more money out of the US because they exchange the money to Canadian dollars, so it's pretty good. And if you have any questions, Joe can three-way me in at 5 minutes or so, but have a look at the store and then let me know if you are leaning more towards starting a business like this, or if you're not, no problem. Joe could use a few customers, so you could become a customer, some money on your service and support Joe. You decide. Thanks for coming on. We'll talk to you soon.